Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be making this beautiful top that has a very stylish gather at the front. So if this looks like what you're interested in, definitely keep on watching. So I'm going to be using this piece of pattern paper to achieve this style, and as you can see, I've already gone out to draft out my basic bodies. Okay, so this is my chest line, as we all know, the bust, waistline, and then the full length of this top. All right, so I left an extra allowance on the down part because one side is going to be longer than the other side. Okay, so I drafted this on fold so that we can work on one part. Okay, so here I also ruled a line across my nipple to nipple measurements. Okay, so from here to here is 3.5, which is 7 inches for the nipple to nipple measurement. So what I'm going to go ahead to do now is to go out from the nipple to nipple measurement by 1 inch, and then from there we are going to be taking down a line. All right, so I went out from the nipple to nipple line by 1 inch. Then I'm going to use my rule to connect from the shoulder down to the length of the top. Okay, like this, from the 1 inch that we went out by from the nipple to nipple measurement. So when we're done connecting the line, we are going to go ahead and go out on the line by 1 inch on both sides. On the smaller parts, I'll go out by 1 inch on the full length of the top, and on the longer part, I'll go out by 1 inch on the extra allowance we added on the full length of the top. Okay, so do exactly what you see me doing in the video. Go out by 1 inch and connect. All right, so when we are done doing that, what I'm going to go ahead to do now is to curve the down part. On this lower side, on the smaller side, I went up by 1.5 inches to curve in the sides, and also on the biggest part I also went up by 1.5 inches. All this is from the full length of the top. Okay, this way we are going to have a curvy side for this top. All right, when we have done achieving this, we are going to go ahead and cut out. So this is what we have after we are done. I went ahead to notch the waistline, as you can see. Now we are going to place the smaller piece aside and work on the bigger piece. All right, so you already know that this style is a slash and spread method style, so we are going to go ahead and mark our slash line on these bigger parts. Okay, so now your slash line depends on how many slash line you using, depends on how full you want the gather to be, because you already know that we are going to gather that part after slashing. Okay, so now I just want mine to not be too full, so I made just a little slash line. I made like 4 slash lines so that it's not going to be too full when we gather it. Okay, so after this, after marking out the slash line, we're going to go ahead and slash. The exact same thing I did for the front to get the basic bodies, but the back is going to have a dart. So what we are going to do is, on the waistline we are going to impute our nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, just like we do it all the time. On the bust line, on the chest line, the waistline, and also on the full length of the top. Okay, so having gotten this, I'm going to go ahead and connect with a straight line. So on the waistline, what I'm going to do is, on the waistline I'm going to go in and out by 0.5 inches for our dart line. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect it all the way up to the chest line. So this is the length of the front. Okay, this is the length of the front. Remember, we curved it a little at the front, so this is the length of the front. So we are going to also curve it a little to come down at the back. That is why you see me extending the dart line to the full length. Okay, So having gotten this, we are almost through. What I'm going to go ahead to do now is to shape here. This is the measurement for our bust divided by 4, then our waist divided by 4 as well. Okay, so our waist divided by 4, we are going to replace this that we have here. Then here we are going to impute our hip measurement here, our hip divided by 4. Okay, so having gotten this, I'm going to go ahead and connect. Alright, so the next thing we are going to do now is to eliminate zip bulge for the back. So on the waistline, I'm going to go in by 0.5 inches. Then from there, I'm going to extend it in the diagonal form to the upper chest, also to the hip line. Alright, so this is the length of the front. So from here we are going to connect to the full length, so that the front and the back is going to be equal on the sides. I hope you understand this. Okay, so this is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut out. So here I just placed my pattern on a single fabric. This fabric is not on fold, and I added all my stitching allowance all around. On my shaping side I added 1 inch, and the other part I added 0.5 inches. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and cut out. So this is what we have after we are done cutting. Remember that you are going to cut this one in one piece, and this is the other part of it. Okay, so when you are cutting it, don't keep your fabric on fold. Cut it in one piece, because you know that this is the complete part. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and gather this part. When I'm gathering, remember that this waist is supposed to be equal with this one. Okay, so whatever you are doing when you're gathering, make sure that you get it to be equal. As you can see, this is how it's going to look like when we are done. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my sewing machine and gather here. I'll use the gather stitch to gather from here to the shoulder. Then after gathering, I'm going to go ahead and join this side to it. All right, what we have. All right, this is it. You can make it more full if that is what you want. You can even make it less full. Okay, so this is what I have. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold this part. Unless you are lining yours, this part is not necessary, but if you are not, then you're going to also fold yours the way I'm going to fold mine. Okay, like this. All right, so having gotten here, the next thing we are going to go ahead to do now is to join the back and the front. Okay, so here I've gone ahead to put my dart for the back, and I'm going to join the two shoulders together, the back and the front. Okay, I'm going to join the back and the front, fix my sleeve, and then the zipper, and then we'll continue from there. So this is what we have after we are done fixing the sleeve and then fixing the zip as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and fix the bishop neck. Now I've gone ahead to prepare the bishop neck, so I'm going to go ahead and fix it. Okay, so if you don't know how to fix a bishop neck, I already have a video for that on my channel, so I'm going to be linking it down on the description box below, so you can go and check it out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fix the bishop neck. We already know how to fix a bishop neck here. Go ahead and fix the bishop neck, and then we're done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, fix the bishop neck, and show us the final look. So this is what we have after we're done with the bishop neck. This is what we have. So you're going to put a button here so that the bishop neck will be closed. All right, so thank you very much for watching. If you have watched to this level, and please consider hitting the subscribe button, and I'll see you again in the next one.